Old money vibes, big Swiss brands, and full gold watches. Today we check out 20 affordable watches that make you look rich. This topic seems to attract a lot of non-watch collectors, so my goal with this video is to not only get you a watch that looks expensive, but one that's also super high quality, it will last you for a long time, and is made by a proper watch brand that you can be proud of. All watches today are under $500, most of them under $250, and some are even less than $100. There'll for sure be a couple of watches in this video that you'll want to buy. You'll find links to both buy the watches and timestamps for each watch in the description below. And videos like this take a long time to put together, so if you could subscribe, it makes it all worth it. So let's go. Number 20, Seiko 5. I thought we'd start somewhere familiar before we go a bit off the beaten track. Just last year, Seiko released some new colorways of the popular Seiko 5 GMT. And oh boy, are these tasty. These will set you back around $350, but I think they look way more expensive than that. The glass-covered bezel looks beautiful here, the dials are super sharp and crispy, and the shape and silhouette of the case delivers a high-end look. These are also a little bit bigger in size, so they'll certainly catch the eye, and Seiko is one of the most respected watch brands on the planet, so this one for sure will get you some street cred. But if the old money look is more your thing, then number 19 might just be the pick. Herbelin is an extremely underrated watchmaker from France, and this watch, the Art Deco, is a bit of a hidden gem. It offers that luxurious Cartier tank aesthetic without being a one-for-one copy. It features some beautiful detail on the dial with a 3D textured section in the center, the crown features a gemstone which always looks awesome, and the case features a stepped construction at the top and bottom. This one will set you back around $400, but I think it looks like it could cost 10 times that. Number 18, how could we not mention the Tissot PRX today? My choice would actually be the smaller 35mm version though, specifically in quartz, because you save some money as the 35mm quartz versions are often cheaper, and they also look way more elegant on the wrist. My top pick here would likely be the gold version, just because I think it looks more expensive in the smaller size, whereas I think the larger 40mm version can sometimes look a bit gaudy. You can often find these for $250 and under, which is an amazing deal for the brand name and the quality on offer here. Our first micro brand option comes in at number 17. This is the Ocean Adventure, a dive watch that is packed with details and quality for less than a Seiko 5. The finishing here is absolutely superb and punches way above its weight. The colours on the dial are rich and exciting, and these simply look way more expensive than the $300 price tag. The highly domed sapphire crystal looks awesome here, and the ceramic bezel slopes inwards towards the dial, which draws the eye in. You can also get this watch in bronze, which I think looks even more expensive. Coming in at number 16, we have something a little bit different. You will have to dip your toe into the vintage market here, but it's more than worth it. You can find beautiful neo-vintage Tag Heuer watches for around $250 on places like eBay and Chrono24. Getting a brand name like Tag Heuer on the dial for this price is big. Quality isn't up to modern standards here, but these do look beautiful on the wrist. I've picked up a couple of these myself for around $250 now, and I absolutely love them, and I can confirm these do get a lot of compliments when you wear them. Citizen takes 15th place with one of the best releases in recent years. The Zenshin has rightfully become a fan favourite amongst collectors. It features an unbelievably good looking dial with its textured finish and sub-seconds register. The sporty look of the case gives off high-end luxury vibes, and this one is made from titanium, so it's super comfortable to wear day to day. You can get these in both Eco Drive and automatic for under $400. My pick would be the automatic version, as I think the dials look a bit more expensive. Either way, you can't make a bad choice here. Revisiting that old money vibe, number 14 is all about elegance. This is the beautiful Seeker by Beaucroft. It features one of the most sophisticated designs you'll ever likely see on a dress watch. The dial colours here are classy, the applied indexes and leaf hands are tastefully executed, and the shape of the case is beautiful. This one is right at the top of our budget today at $499, but the flawless design here is worth every single penny. This is my most worn dress watch over the past year, and I haven't even looked at anything else. It's seriously that good. Coming in at number 13, we have a chronograph. Orient released a beautiful range of watches called the Stretto. The dials on these watches are absolutely gorgeous, packed with details from top to bottom, and look way more expensive than the $200 price tag. Now these have both sporty and dressy elements, which means they can work in a variety of circumstances, and the solar powered movements means they will be looking after you for years to come with very little headaches. You don't often get a sapphire crystal from a Japanese brand at this price, but you do get one with this Stretto. I always like to include an AliExpress pick for those who enjoy shopping there, and number 12 is exactly that. One of the cheapest watches on today's video is the AD2030 by Addiesdive. It sort of combines the look of a Rolex with the oyster-inspired case, and Grand Seiko with the beautiful textured dial. There's no doubt that these watches look way more expensive than the $50 price tag, and they also feel way better than that price tag in hands too. I'd go with either the white or sand dial here, and trust me, you will really enjoy these gorgeous dials. I did consider mentioning the Seiko Cocktail Time today, but I prefer this other Seiko dress watch. Number 11 is the Seiko Conceptual. This one offers some Roman numerals, which I always think makes a watch look a bit more expensive, and the case finishing here is brilliantly done considering the low price tag. This watch will set you back around $120, which is incredible considering this one has a sapphire crystal. Now the bracelet on this watch is awful, so you will need to buy a leather strap, but once that's done, you have an epic watch for the money here. Coming in at number 10, we have a classic. The Bulova Lunar Pilot is for sure a fan favourite amongst collectors, apparently visiting the moon at the same time as the Omega Speedmaster. It's a chronograph that offers a high-end look for less than $500. These are a bit bigger in size, so you will need the wrist to pull it off, but if you can, this is an unbelievably good watch for the money. Also one that is highly respected by those in the know. But for something a bit more deep cut, check out this awesome watch at number 9. Phoibos is a watch brand that offers excellent value for money, with excellent designs. The Eagle Ray is one of my personal favourites, because it's jam-packed with detail. The dial here punches way above its weight, with tons of detail and golden accents. It also features an inner rotating bezel which always looks high-end. This one will set you back $360, but I think it looks like it costs 3 times that. Number 8, Casio. I mentioned that there would be no digital watches today, but of course Casio will still feature. The Duro is still one of the best watches you can buy under $100. Sometimes you can even pick it up for under $50. And at that price, it's simply too good to miss. It delivers a high-end dive watch look for less than a decent pair of jeans these days. What's not to like about that? Again, this one is a bit bigger, so smaller wrists beware. If on a super tight budget, fear not, Casio of course has you covered. But what if you have even less money to spend? Well, number 7 should be a pick. This is the Sanda 1108. Yes, a complete copy of the modern Cartier Tank Solo, but it's stupidly good considering the price. You can get these for, I kid not, around $10 on AliExpress. $10! Now don't be expecting high quality here, because the spec sheet is of course below average, but the aesthetic this one offers outperforms the price tag. Most people will assume you're wearing a Cartier, even though you're wearing a $10 AliExpress special. Citizen gets another pick on today's video at number 6, this time with the Tsuyosa. My selection here would be the newer versions. These feature unbelievably sexy guilloche dials, again with sub-seconds registers. This time though they're made from steel instead of titanium. These are also a little bit cheaper than the Zenshin models from earlier. You can find them for around $300 brand new, but you still get a really well built watch here, with one of the best looking dials on today's video, no doubt. Coming in at number 5, it would be a crime not to mention the Orient Bambino. Yes, one of the most talked about watches in the community, but that's for good reason. This whole range of watches punches way above its weight, looking like they cost a hell of a lot more. My pick here would be the 38mm version with some Roman numerals, but truth be told, you can't go wrong with any of them. Prices range dramatically here between different versions. I'd recommend spending anywhere from $150 to $300 on one of these. But back to something a bit less common, we have the Yema Rallygraf at number 4. This is a sexy, sporty chronograph with genuine history. Worn by racing icon Mario Andretti during some of his wins, this is an original design chronograph that looks way more expensive than the price tag. It sort of delivers that Rolex Daytona vibe with the Panda dial, with a beautiful bubble crystal and an excellent leather strap. Yema also just released some new versions, which are a bit more modern. All of these come in for under $400, which is a steal for the beauty on offer here. Coming in at number 3, we have the final micro brand on today's video. Venezianico is a brand that always offers some of the best looking watches for the money. The Ultra Black is for sure a bit of a Marmite watch, because it doesn't feature any indexes, but I know some of you will love the look of this one. It definitely offers high-end watchmaking vibes with the Ultra Black dial, something we've seen from the likes of Rolex in the past, but of course without that stupid Rolex price tag. This one comes in at around $440, but it looks like it could cost double that, maybe even more. Coming in at number 2, we have another Seiko, this time from the old school Seiko 5 range. The SNKL23 is a bit of an icon amongst those in the know, labelled by Hodinkee as the $75 watch that looks $1,000,000. Unfortunately, you can no longer get this watch for $75, but the $120 current price is still more than worth it. The dial here punches way above its weight in terms of the design and detail, but this one does have plenty of flaws by modern standards, so don't set your expectations too high. Number 1, you guessed it, Casio. The MTP 130 is another watch that was the hottest thing at one point, especially the turquoise version as it offered Tiffany & Co vibes. These have a beautiful fluted bezel which reminds us of the Rolex Datejust, and to the untrained eye, that's exactly what they might think you're wearing. I'd certainly avoid the turquoise now because I think it's a little bit cringe, but the other dial colours are still a great option on a budget. You can find these for around $60, which makes these a fantastic option. If you want to see part 2 with another 20 watches, then get this video to 500 comments and I will make it. Maybe leave your suggestion as to what you think should feature next time. And I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Bye for now.